So I'm probably going to be doing stuff like this for most of the games. If it's a super like pub stomp one way, I won't do it. Like if I just literally get destroyed, which is probably going to happen the higher ELO I get. I'm already kind of high. But I'm going to try and do my best to let you guys know how this is going. Yeah, look at the team. I'm using actually a Sash Manetric. It looks like it's a Mega Manetric bait, but the way this team is set up, remember, I'm going to say it a million times, this team is just my like sloppy seconds. These are things that are from past years and they're just thrown together. They're not really competitive anymore. So the way it's going to work is like this. Heatran nullifies fire damage. You could switch in and get a Flash Fire proc. Gastrodon nullifies water damage. You can switch in, get a Storm Drain boost. Manetric has Lightning Rod. Nullifies the electric attacks. Switch in, get a Lightning Rod boost. Gastrodon also nullifies electric attacks to an extent with ground typing. Staraptor also nullifies ground type attack. Or sorry, Gastrodon nullifies electric, Staraptor nullifies ground, using their typing and abilities. But the way it works is I'm trying to minimize as much damage as possible and try and eke out wins at the very end. That's the way the team works. It's not that great, but we're just going to play some games with it and see how it goes. I hope you guys are having fun. If you guys have any questions, you can always ask in the chat. Another Japanese guy, let's see what his team looks like. King is a pretty bad matchup for me, because I don't have any ghost types, but we'll see. Alright, so we're fighting Mega Mawa this time. There's really good Landorus in the top. That Landorus is a definite check to Pokemon like Heatran, like Aegislash, to an extent, my Amoonguss if he's packing like a Life Orb Psychic. Also, he has a Ferrothorn. I have to bring Heatran this game, but he wants me to bring Heatran so he can bring Landorus. What's good about fighting it against that Landorus with my team is I can bring my Amoonguss, and unless he has the safety goggles, I'm going to be able to go for a Rage Powder, Heat Wave, and hit both of like his Pokemon, and he's very weak against Heatran, except for that Garchomp. So I have to bring something to check Garchomp. This is going to be harder than it looks. I'm definitely going to lead with Staraptor here. He has so many physical attackers. Staraptor is a great lead, and I don't need to Final Gambit, but I definitely can Final Gambit most of his things for full HP. I need to bring Kang. He has too many things to hit with Kang. Kind of got to bring it. Manetric's probably really good here. Notice how I say probably. I have a Sash, and I know I'm not afraid to use it. Great against... I have super effective moves on every one of his Pokemon except for T-Tar, so I'll bring Manetric. And then Gastrodon. Gastrodon's good, but there is a Ferrothorn over there. Gastrodon is legit like a Pokemon that just wins me this game if Ferrothorn doesn't get in the way. So there's a couple ways I can bring my team. I think that's Mega T-Tar. Could be Mega Garchomp. Let's not bring Manetric. Let's bring Gastrodon instead. Actually, do I even need Kang? I know that's like a really weird question, but like it's really bad against Garchomp. Not that great against Skarmory. Actually, I have Power Punch. I'm good against everything. Let's just bring it like this. Let's start off like this. Alright, cool. So what we're going to do here is we're going to read his leads and try and see if he's going with Mega T-Tar or Mega Garchomp. It's very important to know which one he's going with. So I have a great Intimidate. I have a very aggressive turn 1 with a Choice Scarf Mega Choice Scarf Staraptor, sorry. He's expecting me to Fake Out too, so he's probably going to play extremely defensive. So I'm probably, instead of U-turning out here, I'm just going to hard switch my Staraptor out and go with that. Yeah, let's do that. And then I'll Mega here, obviously. Remember, both of his Pokemon are intimidated, so my Kang doesn't have too much to fear. I actually have no idea what this Kang's EV spread is. I know it's full attack, but I don't know if it's like mostly speed or the 20 speed Kang that I actually like. So we're switching out here. I'm expecting the Rock Slide from the Garchomp, but I don't know who's his Mega yet. Looks like I'm faster, though. Mega Garchomp would be really cool here, and I really would like to see it. Because remember, he gains the Sand Force, which would boost like his Rock Slide damage. Looks like no Mega yet. Going for the Nuke on my Kang. That's the power of the Intimidate here. We see the Chopper and the T-Tar. This is the correct item to have if you're not going to be Mega, I think. And we're going to get the +2. Notice how Chopper only saves you on the very first attack. And T-Tar's going to be able to retaliate probably with the Stabbed Rock Slide here. It's much better to go with Rock Slide with T-Tar over Garchomp because it's stabbed. But if Garchomp was Mega and had Sand Force, that'd be pretty cool. So I take Sandstorm damage on my Kang. This is such an awkward turn. I'm much faster than T-Tar, so I'm probably going to continue to attack it and Ice Beam the Garchomp. He didn't have any Ghost types, so I should be okay. Let's just see how it happens. He's probably going to switch out and waste my Kangaskhan this turn, which is going to be very sad, but it's just going to be something that I'm going to have to deal with. Oh, that's gross. I was thinking about double edging too. So he goes for the EQ here. It's going to be doing a lot more damage. Oh, he gets a crit on my Kang. It's very unfortunate. I'm going to be going down to the Sandstorm this turn. I was really thinking about going for the, double edge. I was like, I have nothing to lose here. Let's see if I can get the KO on Garchomp with Ice Beam. Depends on how he's built. I would really like to get the KO here. Oh, I'm not going to get the KO. This is gross. So I'm going to lose my Mega. We still haven't seen his yet. It's not T-Tar. Garchomp would have Mega'd already. So he's intimidated on the Garchomp. I can't send out Heatran. I have to send Straptor out. I could have sent Heatran out. I just really didn't want to. He still has T-Tar left. Who am I more afraid of? I'm more afraid of the Landorus, to be honest. I don't even know if this will kill. I'm going to go for it. I don't want a Final Gambit because I'm behind. So I'm going to go for the Adamant full attack Brave Bird, picking up the kill on the Landorus. They're not that bulky, and they're usually life orb, so I should only pick that one up. Even if he retaliates back with a Rock Slide, I'm not too afraid. Any Dragon Claw is that target. He's going to eat an Ice Beam in the face. Oh my god, he has Sand Veil. I missed. That is very, very lame for me. That's so unlucky. I was going to be ahead. It's fine. Mawile is going to come out, so he's going to wear up and Intimidate. I think he's going to Protect. I'm going to go for... I'm Choice Scarfed, so I have to go for this. Have to take out Garchomp. Now we know that he doesn't have rough skin. I can just go for the... Hopefully, unless I... Actually, I would probably go down to a Sucker Punch here. If he wants to go for it, he should know that I'm Scarfed. Because I'm not faster than these Pokemon without one. And it looks like I hit with that, so we're good. He's probably targeting my Gastrodon. Probably could have protected this turn, but I wanted to go for the greedy Recover. And now that Landorus is gone, Heatran is going to be pretty good. Unless that, oh cool, I get my Recover up. I will definitely take this Recover. It's probably going for a Play Rough on one of my Pokemon. That's fine with me. And Rock Slide. Ooh, that's gross. Don't kill me. I'm totally gone. That's actually fine. Straptor's almost a liability. Gastrodon's at full. We're gonna be able to pull this out. Yeah, Heatran's my last bet. I just don't know if the T-Tar is packing EQ. We saw Rock Slide. I'm thinking... Actually, I will just do this. I'm going to Protect with my Heatran and go for a Scald onto the T-Tar. Yeah. So super effective damage. I don't think I can get the KO. Remember, Sandstorm boosts the defenses of rock and ground types. Oh, sorry, just like rock types. By a lot. And I just want to read the EQ. He would be stuck EQing his Mawile unless he protects with Mawile. So Heatran's fastest thing on the board this turn that is protecting. Rock Slide. So he's just going to Rock Slide. Hopefully I don't get flinched again like I did last game. That'd be quite unfortunate. Stabbed Rock Slide doing a ton of damage here. Scald noticing them faster than Mawile. Oh, burn it, burn it, burn it, burn it. Oh, Play Rough is going to do tons of damage over here. Oh my gosh, I'm at 12 with the Citrus. Oh man, this is getting really dangerous. Sandstorm's going to subside. I should have just double protected. So we're going to cover here. I don't want to eat a Sucker Punch in the face for free and go for a Heat Wave. I should be able to take T-Tar out. Who's protecting? Mawile's protecting. That's fine. Are you EQing me now? Alright, so I'm faster. I'm faster than T-Tar. That's kind of lame. I didn't expect to be faster than the T-Tar. I think he's probably made wrong. I mean, there's no reason. And the recovery here, this is pretty much probably going to be game, because we already know the Gastrodon is faster than Mawile. I'm going to get a bunch of attacks in on this guy. And that Mawile has no check to Heatran. So we're going to go here with Scald, and we're going to go eat Earth Power, actually. Because we don't want to miss. Remember, Heat Wave can obviously miss. He goes for the Sucker Punch, but I mean, that damage is not enough to be able to make Heatran get scared enough to go away. We're not stabbing the Earth Power, but obviously don't really need to. We get the crit, which is pretty lucky. Even though I didn't need it, I was going to follow up Scald and take that guy out. Pretty good stuff. I can't believe I missed against the Sandvale Garchomp. That was pretty lame. Yeah, we're going to go back and look at the replay. Alright. How's it going, Slayer179? I know some of you guys don't like the going back and looking over the replays, but it's something that you should definitely do, I would say at least once every couple days if you're serious about battling. Because you don't have to do it every time, but if you're planning on ever learning anything from every single game, or from any game at all, you should definitely try and look at your replays of your own play as much as possible. So let's look at this. He has T-Tar, Garchomp, Mawile, Landorus. Don't remember his other Pokemon. But let's look at why he brought these. I have these guys, Amoonguss and Manectric. Landorus is really good against, it's pretty decent against Kang. It's not gonna lie, it's decent. Bad against Gastrodon. Great against Heatran. Pretty good against Manectric. Even if it's Mega Manectric, Landorus is still pretty good. Landorus is the reason why Manectric as a Pokemon has just stopped, hasn't seen any play since VGC 2014, just because if you Scarf it, there's no way for Manectric to get in and deal those strong HP Ices. So Landorus is a must-have against my team. Great against Heatran, which is pretty much the check to his team. Mawile, so obviously there is his Mega. It's going to be pretty good against, well, it's great against Staraptor. It's great against Kangaskhan. It's decent against Gastrodon. If you're made correctly, you have to put the speed in to be faster than a Gastrodon. And it's really bad against Heatran. You saw that Sucker Punch didn't do that much damage. Subpar against Amoonguss as well. Pretty good against Manectric, I'd say. So pretty good choice of Mega there. Garchomp having Sandvale, quite unique. I would play the same thing, but I mean, I like to think I'm pretty unique as well. We saw it just Earthquake, Dragonclaw. He decided to be very stubborn and stay in after being intimidated. He looked at my leads, which was like Kangaskhan, Staraptor, and he ate the Intimidate in the face and decided not to switch out into his own Mawile. I had no kill power on that Mawile, and he would have gotten a return Intimidate on me, as well as saving his Garchomp. I get the fact that you want to use it in the Sandstorm, and as long as the Sandstorm lasts, but I just then really think he could have played that a little bit better. You got to get the most out of every Pokemon's abilities, and using it Intimidate from your Mawile, and then like Mega-ing, knowing I have to switch because I've been like reverse intimidated, that's a very good play. T-Tar having Chople Berry, that's very standard, but there's no real other move my Kang could have done turn 1. I went for a Power Punch on it, super effective ×4. The the Chople Berry is going to cut that, but I couldn't double edge a Garchomp. There's just no reason that's ever good, because usually they have the Rocky Helmet, Rough Skin, and that's just like I would have killed myself. So we're going to start this game off. I kind of went over turn 1 a little bit already. I didn't know which one of these was his Mega, because I just didn't think he would bring these two and Mawile. So he decides to leave these two. I'm kind of gauging which one of these is his Mega. I don't have Bake Out on this Kangaskhan. It has Protect, Crunch, Power Up Punch, Double Edge. I know it's a very, very old set. I decided to switch out into Gastrodon. Remember, just like last game, there's like no checks to this Gastrodon on this guy's team. Well, not really. So I'm going to go Mega here. I really think he should have switched his Garchomp out and gotten an Intimidate off. And he decides to go for just the Stab Dragonclaw. And this is just a perfect example of how neutered Garchomp is after an Intimidate. It's not really doing any damage. I can pretty much ignore it for as long as it's on the board. And I decided to go off with a Power Up Punch. You know, it cuts the first. The Chople Berry is going to cut the first damage I'm stuttering a lot. That he takes from fighting attacks, and he's going to retaliate with a Rock Slide. So decent damage on both, on Kangaskhan, not very effective damage on Gastrodon. So Gastrodon, great switch in here. Now remember, the T-Tar is going to get a bunch of special deboosts. I think Garchomp gets it too from the Sandstorm. So all these Ice Beams I'm going to be firing off aren't going to be doing like maximum damage. So he decides to go for the Earthquake here. He switched his T-Tar out. So very, very good play. He gets a crit on T-Tar. Or sorry, why did I say T-Tar? On my Kangaskhan. And yeah, it's just, this was a very bad turn for me. I was really, really thinking about going for the double edge onto that Landorus, but it just wouldn't have worked. I mean, if I would have double edged what was the T-Tar slot, not taken out the actually, judging by how that T-Tar was made, I probably just could have taken it out with a double edge, because I was a +2. So that might have been a little bit of a player error for me, but I should have remembered more of his original team, because I knew he was just going to switch. I felt it, and I don't think I was wrong for going for another Power Up Punch. I definitely do think it was greedy. I couldn't crunch it. I think Double Edge still would have taken out the T-Tar, so I might have, looking back on this game, I probably should have just Double Edged there. And obviously Gastrodon is going to miss the Ice Beam here onto the Sandveil Garchomp. It's an ability that like raises his evasiveness in the Sandstorm, so it's really, it never goes off. It literally never goes off. I ran that Pokemon for like 2 years and got like 2 or 3 off in tournament. And I'm not gonna lie, they won me the game. But I cannot even think about naming how many games I lost by not having Rough Skin. And I still think that I really like Sandveil, and I would still run Sandveil in most tournaments, but you have to have a T-Tar for it. You can't just put Sandveil on your Garchomp, go to a tournament without a T-Tar, and expect it to work. Unless T-Tar's in the meta, which right now it's not. So at this point, you're going to see me pretty much win the game. Take out Garchomp with a Choice Scarf Brave Bird, go for the Recover, and he goes for a Rock Slide here. Rock Slide, this guy definitely has the Mawile moveset. Protect, Play Rough, Rock Slide, Sucker Punch. That's the best moveset on Mawile in the game. Most high-level players have the same moveset, and I really like to see people actively using Rock Slide over Iron Head. I just don't think you need Iron Head on a Pokemon like that. If you want to one-shot a Sylveon, you can probably just do it with Play Rough. So, good job noticing I'm playing against a decent opponent, knowing that he has at least all the same moves I would have, and I like to think I'm pretty good. So, we're going to see he goes for another Rock Slide here. I think it was T-Tar that did it. Yeah, and he's going to eat the Scald. Remember, he still has a special D-Boost, so Scald isn't going to KO. I was trying to get the burn there, but what we did scout this turn was that I'm faster than the Mawile. And he goes for this Play Rough on me. Not going to pick up the KO. And then I'm going to get the Citrus Berry, which is going to put me just high enough to be able to do whatever I want. So he just had to go with Protect this turn. I was thinking, I didn't know what he was going to do. I mean, I understand he wants to Protect. That's fine. But I think he should have just went for the Sucker Punch. He should have just Sucker Punched my Gastrodon. It would have. I know I recovered, but I think he should have Sucker Punched something. He had a free turn to Sucker Punch, I feel. Because the Protect is giving him nothing out of that turn. He knows that I'm faster with both of my he knows that I'm faster with both my Pokemon than Mawile. He could have Sucker Punched at least one of them and probably got something out of it. I mean, he would have eaten the Heat Wave, but he's going to eat Heat Wave regardless. At least if he goes for like a Sucker Punch, he has the chance to like crit on something, or at least finish off Gastrodon, which is low, and then have like a chance to like maybe crit the Heatran next turn. I don't know. I guess I'm analyzing more of his game than my game. I played that pretty cool, I guess. Heatran outspeeding all of his walls is pretty good. I've used a lot of Heatran on a Gastrodon tonight, so we're going to go into another game. And Staraptor, I think Staraptor is such a loose cannon.